An indictment is only an accusation.
I'd never get an indictment with one.
At which time, Mr. Corleone, you may very well be subject to indictment for perjury.
Well, that's quite an indictment coming from a Corleone.
Will be to appoint a special district attorney to arrange for the indictment.
The people of war, a tragic indictment of our
He was
civilization.
under indictment a total of 7 times while he was on the force.
That his office, along with the FBI, would be handing down indictments.
The district attorney has told you an indictment is only an accusation.
I'm after.
He was right.
I'd never get an indictment with what I had. But now, we...
Charges which were made against you today. And at which time, Mr. Corleone, you may very well be subject to indictment for perjury. I remind you that you're still under subpoena.
Your tactics are despicable.
Well, that's quite an indictment coming from a Corleone.
Gentlemen.
As governor of the state, will be to appoint a special district attorney to arrange for the indictment, prosecution, and
Victors and the vanquished, the people of war, a tragic indictment of our civilization. A time when...
Do I? Dean Keene was under indictment a total of 7 times while he was on the force. In every case, witnesses either reversed it...
DA William Kilcullen announced that his office, along with the FBI, would be handing down indictments that would lead to the arrest of these...
Bail is revoked.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, please state we now call indictment number 577 6899.
That's good. That's very good work.
Frank, we're going to get the indictments. You're going to have to testify.
Mr. President, will the prosecutor question the witnesses without even reading the indictment?
Please don't take up the court's time with...
There's a savage indictment of your grim Puritan soul.
She has ensured her international count of indictments are now expected within the week, and that Congress has demanded the deputy director.
No, I'm not the one under indictment.
Everything on the table.
Why don't you get indictments and bust it all up?
We have to have somebody.
Grand jury, here's your case in court. And tomorrow in court, I'm going to ask for a felony obstruction indictment. And then with your prior, you're going to prison.
The indictment is granted in an act of parliament which is directly...
I am Molly Bloom's attorney. She's read the indictment, discussed it with a lawyer, waives the right to have it read to her, and...
The heist.
Did I have anything?
Everyone expected indictments, but the case fell apart.
That's great.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Murdered Emily Jane French. To this indictment, he has pleaded not guilty. And it is your...
And a wiretap talking to one of the Frequentative guys.
Would like to go over here, you know, to make the loan sharking indictment. We can't do it with the... Hey, this is important!
Violations and obstruction of justice. Ironically, the indictments came just 48 hours after final passage of the Bill Mitchell Jobs bill.
We're escorting you to federal authorities in Denver, where you'll be placed under arrest pending indictment for espionage.
Espionage? No, wait a minute. Let me talk to him.
Quiet, everyone. Now, there's enough evidence and eyewitnesses to warrant an indictment. I'll set your bail. The rest was what you'd expect, Father. Nationwide search for fugitive, a grand jury murder indictment, search for Johnny Goes Limp.
Office denied all allegations. In Manhattan, a grand jury has rejected an indictment against reputed crime family boss.
Those men have not been caught, and police are expected to go to the grand jury this week to seek indictments. Brian Ross, Action 3 News.
No, this is bigger than the police board. The grand jury's convening. Indictments may be handed down. Will you testify?
No.
There'll be a grand jury by noon tomorrow. Quick indictments. And we'll...
The grand jury indictment will be out soon, and every indication says the indictment will stop with the 5 burglars, Hunt and Liddy. And that's the end of your story.
Carl Lee Haley.
Yes, sir?
Mr. Haley, I am holding a copy of an indictment returned by the grand jury of Mississippi.
Hearing in due course rendered its verdict. As to the proposed indictment, and as to the disposition of the deviate in question. This hearing is a...
These are the first charges against him.
You are aware of the charges in the indictment against Ernst Janning.
The walrus and the carpenter, that's an indictment of organized religion. The walrus, with his girth and his good